Hi, everyone. Welcome to another California Psychics Facebook and YouTube live stream. Welcome and thank you, Psychic Marin, for joining us today.
Hello, everyone. Thank you.
How's your day going so far?
Oh gosh, it is. I can't. My son just turned 16, so we have a 16-year-old now in the household. It's been a busy weekend, yeah, but great. And I can't believe we're in February, so it's.
I know. And speaking of February, Valentine's Day is coming up. Do you see a lot of love and relationship readings around this time? What about breakup calls and stuff like that?
Yes, and especially the day before. It seems like everybody wants to call the day before because they haven't heard from their loved one.
Oh, I think we lost you.
There's all these questions. Oh, shoot. Do you see me, Carly?
Your video is off.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, you're back.
Okay. So I think it's always the day before when everybody's curious and wanting last minute tips and how's the date gonna go, and so I have hours scheduled the day before, and I'm sure a lot of the psychics will be on and available on the 13th.
Yes, I highly recommend any last minute questions, even if it's, should I even accept this date with so-and-so, or, are they the one? Get your questions in now, and don't wait till the 13th because it might be kind of hard to get them in that day.
Yeah.
So we are going to jump right into things, but before I do, I want to go over a few housekeeping rules and remind everyone that we can't answer any questions on legal questions or health questions, no pregnancy questions. Can't do those, but anything on love and relationships, your career, your life path, a person that has been deceased and you want a reading from them, please make sure you use first names so Psychic Marin can jump on those questions faster and we can get to as many people as possible. And if you don't feel like asking your question out in full, you can always wait till the end, the last 15-20 minutes of the show. Psychic Marin will be doing fast card readings where you can just say, can I have a card please, and she can tune in that way, or you can say, can I have a career card, to be a little bit more specific, but you don't need to ask a specific question towards the end. So did I leave anything out, Marin, or are you?
We've got this down. We're on a roll.
We do. So I'll jump into the first question because they are flying in already.
Okay.
Tiffany over on Facebook says, is Paul McNeill with me and proud of me?
I see him as an energy that comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. I get much more oversight in terms of family, in terms of like family dynamics, relationships, parenting. That's what they're showing me, where he's really going to be involved. But he's somebody that's a traveler. So he's going to be one of those souls that comes and goes and comes and goes. But yes, he's been with you the last couple of days. So I'm wondering if there's been some difficulty or additional emotion because he's closer now. But call him. He's the type of spirit where you're going to be able to bring him forward when you need him.
That's awesome to hear. So Dee says, hi, Marin. Will my friend Janty contact me next?
You've got weeks. You're looking at 3 to 4 weeks. I feel like it's going to be right before the end of this month. That's a tricky situation. I don't feel like this is gonna be consistent beyond that. I think that there's going to be communication and then it's going to be really patchy again. So kind of leaving you hanging is what that feels like. Sorry, Dee.
It's okay. Megan says, hi, I'm Megan. I was wondering if Destiny will ever go out with me.
Yes, but boy, you've got a few. They showed me the very beginning of April. So what I see is the friendship communication, building and building. There's somebody else that is in their world. So it's more about timing. So I get the chemistry, the attraction, but they're showing me early April when that can actually be feasible.
And I want to remind everyone, if you are watching on Facebook, please like our page right now and you'll get notified when we go live anytime. And if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that bell, and you'll get a notification whenever we go live, and you'll get reminders as well. So you'll never miss out on one of our Facebook or YouTube lives. And if you're watching right now, hit some hearts on Facebook and show us that you're watching. Just like over on Facebook, we have Marianne Sawyer and Wendy Sue Brown and Monica, and who else? We got Arkisha and Corinne and Kimberly. So thank you all for watching, and I really appreciate your time. And we'll go to the next question because I know we have lots of people waiting.
Okay.
Mirna says, "Is my relationship going to last with Adam?"
Yes, it's going to be very difficult between April and it's the summer. It's pretty much this summer is going to be very difficult. By early fall, it just feels like you guys are very solid, very happy. So your job is just to weather that storm this summer, but very strong by this fall. Thank you for your question.
And Carol says, "Do you see me moving anytime soon?"
Ooh, so the end of March, actually, let me go back just a week. So mid-March is when you're going to find out about a rental that's available. I'm not getting a home. I got a rental. She didn't specify rental or purchase, no. So I get a rental that you become available mid-March, and then by early April, you're ready. So you've got about 6 weeks. 6 weeks is when you'll find out.
And I think it's Drawny. What will happen with Ashley and I?
Okay. You are going to be estranged for a large majority of this year. And what makes this tricky is I can't tell if this is a child or if this is a partner. Normally that's easier for me to tell, but what I'm getting is just this division, and then they're showing me holiday time towards the end of this year, then you are close and you've restored that relationship. But I feel like you're preparing, whether you realize this or not, you're needing to prepare for the two of you being very estranged for quite some time. And they're giving me images of them being in a car, like very extended road trips. Like, I just got to get out, I'm going to drive, and I'm going to bounce around for a week, 2 weeks. So it's tremendous instability. And a lot of soul searching. The immaturity balance is what was making me think, is it a child? Because that difference in age and the maturity is what really is noticeable. But I do see the two of you coming back together just in time for November and holidays.
Chrissy has a choice to make. Is it Miles or Michael that's right for her?
I pick up on Michael. I pick up on Miles, as that is the you're going the distance with Michael. Miles is the one that I see that's more fun, kind of more of the firecracker relationship. There's a lot of passion and chemistry, but Michael is the one that I just get the loyalty and the follow through long term. And that's all going to come together. Wow, that's you're about three more weeks away. So by early March, you've got this decided.
Well, sounds like good news.
Yeah.
Kimberly says, "Will me and my husband Eric reconcile? My first year anniversary is May 15th. Ooh.
Oh. You will. And boy, I'm sure that this hasn't been anything like you imagined. And that's on top of the first year and COVID and everything that you've been through. Yes, you are reconciling, or you will remain together. But it's not going to be the best Valentine's. Like right now, if you're using these months as measuring tools to see, I don't see that you're going to get much validation until the month of May.
And then we're getting lots of questions asking about, a past loved one, but make sure you use the person's name to make it a lot faster for Marin. Same thing with relationships. Asking like if you're going to find love might take a little bit longer to answer, so we're probably going to go on to someone that has a little bit more specific question.
And just so people understand, because maybe they don't understand. They think if I just ask the question, I can connect with them, and no. But what often happens is when I'm trying to connect with somebody, I may get 3 or 4 people that step forward. And so because of the live and how fast we're going, I'm trying to identify who's this and who's this, and wait, is this the boyfriend? And sometimes it takes a little while. So if I can get a name, then it's almost like one person glows or one person is clearer, and I can confirm so much faster. So that's why names are really important.
That makes perfect sense. And that was a great explanation, because I am sure that people have that question. So that was great. Lauren wants to know, will I move up in my current company?
Yes. And I know that you may not think it's a budget issue, but what they said is it's a budget issue. And they said that there's a corporate meeting that's going to be in April, and the promotion is going to be in May. So very beginning of May, but it's a budget related issue for why they're not doing a lot of promotions and raises right now.
Uzuma says, what is the situation between Martin and I?
Okay. He is so very passive aggressive is how his energy presents. And what they show me is he feels angered. He feels like he's being neglected. He feels like I'm not important. I'm overlooked. There's a little bit of this bickering. It's just a very, almost like I want you to know that I'm mad. So I'm giving you the silent treatment is how it comes across. Communication. You guys have to talk. You've got to talk, because all I get is this cold shoulder and silent treatment and bickering. And that's the relationship. So you need a different approach.
I'm going to go back and ask everyone to hit those like buttons on Facebook, just like Nancy Lamb did, and Chris Cami and Christina Ramirez and Jamie Perry. Thank y'all so much for giving us support. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And if you're over on YouTube, I can't think of the word. If you're over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button so you can get notified whenever we go live. There's not a like button during the show, but like it afterward and show us that support that way. And our next question is from Delaney. Is me and Taylor going to get back together in the near future?
I'm trying to, they told me after school. So I'm trying to see, is it you or the partner, like one of you is continuing education. And so there's an intentional delay. This is one of those situations where they're showing me that you're not supposed to be as close at this time, that there's something about self-improvement, academics. And by the time I'm looking at summer, it's getting a little bit better. By the end of this year, then it's a lot better. But for now, their mindset is going to be very distracted, and I think it's the other person. So they're saying no, not right now. By the end of this year, November, then it's solid. But you guys you're still connected. There's no betrayal or infidelity. It just doesn't feel like you are together at this time. And that self-improvement, let me be more specific for you. June. So June is when I start to see the beginning of communication, the beginning of the reconciliation, but it's not until November where now it's solid and there's time for this relationship.
And Emma Gomez says, any message for my brother Mario?
Yeah, I was curious if there was an auto accident or something, or I'm wondering if he was involved in an auto, because my whole focus was you're driving. My focus is you're driving, and I'm sure we all hear it. Don't drive distracted with your cell phone, but his message to you is you need to start driving safe and stop speeding. So something about your driving and safety.
And it's a good message for everyone. And then Casey says, when will I get away from Shane?
Oh, wow. Cassie, that was a huge flood of emotions. I'm trying to, you just brought me to tears and I had to hold back. You need to get out. Like, I don't, this isn't health. This isn't good. This isn't good. I'm going to be mindful and careful with the words and saying and maintaining privacy. Yesterday is the answer to your question.
That was really interesting too, because I actually meant to choose the question above hers, but then it moved up and I clicked on it. So I think, Cassie, I think you needed to hear that. So I'm glad I clicked on yours.
Yeah, that was a heavy emotion.
Yeah, that one was meant to be heard. Isabel said, should I move cities? Thank you.
Okay, let me regroup for just a second. They are drawing me down south. So they're drawing me to the region of Georgia. I think it's Georgia. They're drawing me down south for you. And you don't want to go. I'm wondering if there's a conflict with family or leaving. They're trying to draw you down south. This is going to be a quality of life decision. This is really more about getting ahead financially, having a lifestyle that you can afford, where you're comfortable, you're not so stressed. So it's a lifestyle choice. And that's what's really fumbling this decision. I think I can answer that by, if you're wanting an easier life, if you're wanting a different career opportunity, that's what they're saying. You've got to move, and they're directing me south. But I feel like your heart is in a different location. So this isn't something where it's like a divine intervention where your guides are just going to kick you out because you need to go. This is more of that free will where you've got to decide what lifestyle you want to be living.
Charmin says, when will Jason and I get back together?
I know you. I know you, Charmin. Okay, you are, gosh, boy, I've just gotten like the last 48 hours flashing through my head. Close to the end of this month. I feel like it's happening right now beneath the surface, but he's not communicating that to you. And so by the end of this month, then I start to see that happening. Then I start to see you guys getting closer, the other circumstance changing. I still feel like this is on track for the very last bit of the month of February.
Monica asked, will I see Tanner on my upcoming California trip, and how will it go?
you need to be a little bit more proactive on this one, because it's like a game of cat and mouse trying to pin him down. He's nervous. He's nervous about how he looks. I immediately got this impression of, how do I look? Did I gain weight? Do I look different? Like, he's self-conscious. And so he's got one foot in and one foot out, and he's being a little stubborn. So my advice would be, reach out sooner, solidify this sooner, get talking so he eases into this with his comfort more and more, keep that communication going more and more. I feel like it's very, very possible, but as it is right now, he's allocated like minimal time and very hesitant to meet up. You're going to be frustrated. Like, you don't feel like you're a priority. And especially because this isn't a place where you go very often or have the opportunity to see each other very often. I think that you're a little disappointed, because what I'm seeing is the bare minimal effort. So in order to change that and have more, start planning a little bit sooner now.
Sharika says, hi, will Victor marry me? Will I get a manager promotion? And will I purchase a car or house? There's a lot of questions. See which ones you can answer.
Yeah. So the house situation, that's really stretched out. That's the end. You've got almost 2 years. So the house situation is quite a ways away. Promotion opportunity is this summer, August. Write down August 7th and August 10th. So the month of August is the promotion, and then marriage that's almost 2 years out as well. So 2 years out, marriage first, then home, but that's right before. So you've got, you're adulting. And so all of these things that are happening, this is the year of planning, saving, organizing. Next year towards the fall time is the execution. So don't get discouraged, because that's my biggest concern when I'm reading you, is that it is so far out that it just feels like, oh, I'm giving up. But no, it's the budget and saving and planning now, meeting with lenders now, figuring out budget, working on the credit, getting all of those ducks in a row, because you're going to need 6 to 9 months to get all of this in line.
And then I'm looking at our viewers right now. We only have about 111 people. 111, we can do better than that, everyone. If you can tag a friend in the comments, get them over here. We can get questions answered. And a quick thank you to Cecilia Bueno, Kimberly Black, Brenda Megan, Kendra Rider, all for hitting that little heart and thumbs up button on Facebook. And some of our viewers on YouTube are Samaya and Marianne and Latrina. Thank you all for watching and asking your questions, and we'll get on to the next one. Michelle says or asks, any messages from Mary or Jeff?
I don't get a strong enough connection with Jeff. With Mary, she's a little bit afar. I'm assuming these people have passed a while ago, because there's a little bit of a distance, or somebody that's not just immediately right there. The message that I'm getting more from Mary is, give me just a second. I'm trying to translate. It's almost like there's this perspective of buckle up, because technology, they're emphasizing like keeping up with technology. I don't know, this hopefully will make sense to you, because it's more about keeping up, not letting it fall behind. You're going to need this to advance. You're going to need this for your career. You're going to need this for your cars and vehicles. Like, they're saying you can't fall behind with this technology, and stay up. And I just get this very space age perspective. I hope that means something to you, because I'm having a harder time translating what that is exactly. But it's like, stay motivated with technology, and and your mind and academics is what they're emphasizing, what she's emphasizing. Sorry, I couldn't get Jeff. He's, I don't know if you want to try commenting or coming back. There was a smaller petite male that I got that looked like he was 70, 75 that had glasses. But I don't think that was him, because when I called him, he didn't come closer. So maybe, Michelle, you could provide a little bit more about Jeff.
Yes, Michelle, I'll look for your comment. And our next one is from Cutie Pie 2011. Hi, it's Christina. What do you see in store for my love life in 2021? Is Anthony the one?
He doesn't come across as the one. He comes across as one of about 5 that you are meeting. What this feels more like is that you've kind of stepped back from dating, and I've seen that a lot because of COVID. And so now it's almost like this overwhelming returning to dating world, and a lot of people interested in a lot of communication and opportunities. I still see Anthony throughout all of this, but something keeps making you feel like he's not the one, and I'm still going to keep looking and dating. And I see that throughout this year. So I think you are at the stage where you still need to keep your options really open.
So Michelle wrote back. She said, the petite 75-year-old man was my grandpa, JT.
Yeah. I didn't think it was, was it Jeff? That was the name I didn't think it was him. Grandpa, let me pull that back. He's watching over an adolescent boy. Like, he's closer with the adolescent boy, and it's something having to do more with cars and working on cars or something. He's watching over a boy. He's very far. It's very faint. I don't get as much of a message from Jeff for you. He's kind of at a distance, and it's like, oh, she's doing good. She's doing good. Like, his focus is kind of more directed. I'm curious. For some reason, I know you're getting a lot of attention from everybody. So I'm wondering if you've got a younger son that's needing a little bit more support. But from the grandpa's perspective, they keep talking about cars. And there's something more about the future with this younger boy that's having a future in technology and automobiles and mechanical work. So there's something about their soul connection, but not as much with you. Your guide is married. That connection with her is what's much stronger for you.
Samaya, when will I hear from Mocino? When will he text or call me again, please, to reconcile?
Okay. It is like 18th, 19th. That's when the first communication starts again. You are reconciling towards the end of this month. Early into March is when they're showing me you have reconciled, but I don't get that there's communication that's consistent. Look for like the 17th on. That's when you guys are starting again. I think he's intentionally avoiding Valentine's, and I see this a lot with guys. And after talking to so many people for years with California Psychics, I just see these patterns where he's one of these guys that just is really tiptoeing around Valentine's Day and is going to wait to make his grand reappearance after.
Typical. Felicia says, will my business grow and scale up?
Okay, let's shift to Felicia. Trying to see what you're doing. I just keep getting an image of the building and like a room. I'm trying to see what you're doing. Give me just a second. See if I can get answers through timelines. This is tricky. You've got me a little stumped. You've got me a little stumped because I feel like this is still in the infancy, or it's a little more delayed, or you're doing something part-time or under the table, or it hasn't been really launched. Like, I'd love to talk with you more about this, just to be able to get more details and really see what's going on. Timeline wise, I don't want to bum you out, but it just looks like this year is kind of the stop and start. Like, it still looks like it's really slow. And if you were doing something part-time on the side, then I'd say, okay, great. But if this is where you really want to direct your attention, you're not visible. There just isn't this visibility. So marketing and getting out there, something's missing because I feel the heart, I feel the effort, but what I'm not getting is the reach. And so I don't see that success and drive like you're hoping for.
Well,
and I love talking to people about businesses and startups and ideas. And I mean, I've even helped people with names for businesses before. So I love talking about this. It just comes to me, but there's a problem with you being invisible right now.
Felicia, I would give Psychic Marin a call and kind of talk out more of the details, because it sounds very interesting. Mary Ann says, does Lewis think of me as just a friend?
There's a flirty attraction. It's kind of like this, he's not looking for a relationship. That's really clear. Like, if you're looking for a marriage or family and future, that's a no. If you're looking for little flirty, hey, like time to time, that's what I see. There's an attraction, but it's more of the ego. It's not this genuine attraction in the sense of I want a relationship. It's the flirty ego boost that both of you kind of get with a compliment or a look. So it's innocent, it's harmless, but I don't see this developing into a relationship.
And we are about halfway done with the live. Time is flying. So I just want to get a quick announcement. We have a tarot live next week. So Psychic Reagan will be taking over all of our social media channels on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I think am I missing one? I think that's it. And then what happens is that we'll post a post on all of those channels, and then people will comment just like they're doing now. But then Psychic Reagan will type out her answers as quickly as she can, and get to as many as she can within the hour. It's the same time frame. So 3 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Central. I'm trying to think of 4 p.m. Eastern. Wait, did I get my times mixed up? 6 p.m. Eastern. So everyone come back next week, and Psychic Reagan will be taking questions for tarot card pools. And then the week after that is our next Facebook Live. And I believe, it's with you again, Psychic Marin. Thank you again for joining us back to back, filling in today. We appreciate it. And we will have about 15 more minutes of regular questions, and then we will do the rapid card pulls at the end, where you don't have to ask a specific question. If you don't have a specific question, or you don't really want to ask in front of everyone, you can just say, can I have a card, please? And Marin can give you a reading that way. If you want to get a little specific by saying, can I have a love card or a career card, that helps as well. But feel free to just ask for a card, and we'll get to as many as possible. And reminder, right now, so we have about 109, 111 people watching. Tag a friend, ask them to follow us real quick, and have a chance to get their question answered. Don't be jealous and not want to invite all your friends to watch as well. We'll get to as many people as we can. So our next question comes from, Wendy says she loves your earrings, Marin.
Oh, thank you.
Our next one from Judy is, Calvin the one for me? Also, is my work going to get better this year?
That's a good connection. So the way I would describe the two of you is the maturity is developing, and you guys are leading these parallel lives right now. And by this summer, like the two of you just really nail it. Like it's finally just feels like we're ready. I really feel good about this. I just think that there's a fear because there's a maturity issue that's still being overcome by the partner. But I do get the two of you very solid by this summer. And I think that there's going to be an engagement in your, let's just say this year. And then your question was about work. Was there a specific about work or just it's getting better? That's not so positive. It just looks, it looks like just a flat line. Like it looks like it gets wild. Unless you change course, you're going to stay in this because the relationship's really going to feed you. It's going to supplement the frustration that you're feeling with work. Work becomes a little more tolerable. And when they show me end of year, it's just crazy busy. And then by February, that's when you're leaving. So if you don't want that outcome, you got to work towards changing that now.
That was I like those marriage predictions. That's going to be interesting.
That is a good one. Yeah.
Back, you know how it goes.
Good. It's nice. Because a lot of people call when things are really difficult. So it's nice when I feel like, wow, it's almost easy. Like the love, it's wow. That was nice.
Yes, I need to hear all the details, Judy. Come back on one of our future lives and let me know how it goes. Latrina over on YouTube says, does my deceased ex have a message from me? His name's Roy Brockington Jr.
Oh, that's a heavy one. I just got, it wasn't supposed to be this way. I'm thinking it's an accident. I just got it wasn't supposed to be this way, baby. It wasn't supposed to be this way. That's a heartbreaker. I'm sorry. Let me see. There's a connection that's just very, very close. Like this is the type of connection this is an example of a soul that just resides with you and your family. This is more of that guardian type of energy. And this is just, it's heartbreaking. I think it's harder for you than it is from his perspective. He's pretty solid, but they kept showing me a little boy and athletics, and specifically basketball, and focused on athletics. I just kept getting this image of sports. And if you've got a young son, is he in basketball, or are you intending to get him into basketball? Because he's just wanting this love for family and a lot of regret, a lot of sorry.
That is a sad one. Let's see if I can. Wendy, does my husband Billy, who passed away in 2008, know how much I loved him and still truly love him?
Yeah, he's still around too. This is another example of a soul that's closer, that I feel like there still is this feeling like this is a soul you could draw closer, but I think you've chosen not to, just to be able to live. And no judgment. This is a situation that so many people encounter where it can be difficult to have this energy in your life on a day-to-day basis and feeling that sense of grief constantly. And so you've moved on in a very healthy way, but he's still there. He's still close. He's got a very big, just big white smile. And that I'm wondering if there was an illness or something, because if I go backwards and get other images, I'm just getting more of a pain, and now I just get this joy and how he's residing now. So I think that there was an illness or a lot of pain towards the end, and now I'm just seeing this big smile. So he's very happy for you. And I keep seeing images of you making, like, crafting and beading and making, I think, were you making jewelry or needlepoint or something? They're showing me a needle and a string, and I kept getting this image of something he was watching you do.
Very interesting. And now I've kind of gotten up to the top of the question, so I want to make sure that I want to make sure I ask a question from someone that's watching right now instead of someone that's passed. So everyone right now, if you are listening and you want your question answered, drop an emoji in there. Let's see, make it a star emoji. So I know you're watching right now, and I will get to one of those questions. Looking for those stars. Let's see. There we go. Well, that was just stars. I need a question to go with it, but Nicole, thank you for your star. And same for Lisa, thank you. But let's see if there's a question that has a star. Any? Oh, here's one. Oh, I lost it. Breezy says, will I see Dwayne again?
Yes, you will see Dwayne sooner than you realize. I'm actually thinking that it's going to be close to the end of this month. They're bumping me into March. So look for the last couple of days of this month, early March. He's being difficult. He's being, he's coming back, but he wants to come and go and come and go and come and go. So he's looking for fun. It's not something that's as serious. So just know that and how you proceed.
And then Patrick says, is an old flame Nicole and I going to get back together? Shooting stars.
You are going to have to continue to pursue this and follow up, because I feel like there's another person or somebody else that is currently distracting her. When I start to see August, that's when I get communication, or that's when that situation starts to resolve. This is not something that is like a absolute, this is going to happen. This is something where you kind of have to watch, you kind of have to follow her more. And by August is when she's going to be receptive to that, and when you have a chance again.
Unmute, sorry. Will I get engaged to Jared within 3 months?
Give me just a second. February, March, April. Just a hair. Yes, you're lucky. I'm wondering if you set May 1st as your deadline, because it's just a hair under 3 months. Yes, the answer is yes.
Kendra says, any messages from my mother-in-law, Rosemary?
She religious, because everything, when I started to connect with her, it's like devout, religious, spiritual. Let me just, this is interesting because I feel like there's a discrepancy in either beliefs, or that she's wanting you to adopt her faith. She's just wanting you to believe and be spiritual and say your prayers. Like everything is more of that message of there is something out there, there is something above, and you need to pay more attention to it. So it's coming from a little bit of a dogmatic kind of a religious feel, but I don't think she means to criticize. It's just more of say your prayers when you need help. There's something out there. Say your prayers.
Interesting. And then Stacy, I've been meaning to click on yours for a while, but it keeps getting lost. So Stacy says, should I give Clifford another chance?
Oh God, there is so much love. Now you're gonna get me teary again. These are some heavier energies that I'm getting today, and there's so much love. This is, you guys have to make it. This is one of those soul connections where it just feels like what I call a broken record of doing it again and again and again, and so much hurt, but so much love, and getting to this point where you finally made it and you get this plateau. By this summer, you guys have made it. You have to stick this one out. Like this is something where even if you don't think you're going to or don't want to, it's going to keep happening and keep coming back and healing. So it's going to happen regardless of what you are doing or not doing.
Grace asked, hello, should I move on with the new guy named Trent, or should I hold out hope for my ex named Chris?
So this is tricky because you're going to move on with this new guy, and then your ex is coming back. And in September, make a note of September 14th or 14th, 15th, because at that point is when I'm seeing you kind of just drift away with the new guy. And that's when the ex has been a little more persistent, and it's something that just is very nice. It's just easy. Like it's everybody's mature about this. It's respectful. You kind of just go your separate ways, and your ex is coming back in.
It's like, every relationship has a meaning, and sometimes it's not meant to be, but it's meant to teach you a lesson. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to take one more question before we transition into the cards.
Okay.
So this last one, not last one, but the next one is from Marisol. Will Billy propose to me?
Short answer is no. Short answer is no. I'm just not seeing that. It's almost like a carrot dangling on a stick in front of you is what it feels like. I'm just like, I'm not seeing that. I'm following all the way up to this end of this year. Then I'm getting it discussed. It feels like it's something where you're going to keep being persistent. And then his response is just, fine, here, I'll shut you up. But it doesn't feel good. I don't see a marriage. I don't see, it's not what you're hoping for. Man.
Sorry to hear that, Marisol, but someone's out there. And I just want to thank everyone again before we move into the tarot card pools. Over on Facebook, we've gotten little hearts and a thumbs up from Ashley Russell and Megan Harris and Tori Ackley and Sandy Knight and Lopez Rodriguez and 66 other people that aren't showing up right now. So thank you so much for showing that love on Facebook. And on YouTube, we have watching Nicole Chamberlain and Marianne and Stephanie Meekus and Andrea B and Kiki and Nicole and Lisa. So thank you all for watching. We have about 103, 105 people watching right now. Remember, tag your friends. Let's see if we can get up to at least 150 in the next 15 minutes. I will be very happy, so thank you. Thank you in advance, everyone, tagging those friends. And we're going to move over to the cards. And, oh, goodness, you're moving so fast. Tania, can she have a love card, please?
You sure can. Okay, here we go. So you got the World, and the World is, you've got it all. Like, this is completion. This is success. This is what everybody wants in love. It's wholeness. So solid love for you.
And then Lindsey Russell wants a love card as well. I think we're going to have a lot of those around this Valentine's holiday.
So this is Justice. Justice, I'm sorry, I'm getting used to my, there we go. So Justice is the card that was drawn for you, and Justice could often depict, like, is there a legal issue going on? Is there a legal situation, or is the relationship fair? Is it not fair? So think of it in terms of that, as some of these questions, or excuse me, some of these cards may not seem like they apply directly. The interpretation of this is more of the fairness or the possible imbalance of that equality in the relationship.
And for everyone that's watching right now, we have a promo code for anyone that has never gotten a California Psychics reading before. If you're a new customer, create an account today and use the promo code, where is it, LIVE5, whenever you sign up, and you'll get $5 bonus added to your account. So you can get a few extra minutes with your psychic, and if you choose Marin, you can get a reading one-on-one with her as well. So LIVE5, don't forget the promo code, and it's for new customers only. But if you're an existing customer, if you are a loyal fan, don't worry, check your emails. We have promos going on all the time, and be on the lookout for those. So our comments, Tiffany Gibson says, I would like a love card, please, and thank you.
Tiffany, you got the Lovers reversed. And so what that indicates is that you've got a relationship that's a little upside down, literally. There's a little bit of a struggle, but the fact that that is the Lovers, one of like the top 3 strongest cards to depict love or a soul connection, it's very hopeful. It's something that I would say is worth hanging in there for, but your card was in a reverse position. So it's in the process of working some things out to get it back to where things are solid.
And Tiffany, if you want some more details on that, be sure to give Marin a call. Oh, that's not a question. Let's just pull a card for Karen.
Okay, Karen, let me just see if I get anything more on this. Trying to see if what area this was pertaining to, and I feel like it's work, career, but this is, you are so burdened. 10 of Wands, like you're carrying this load and so overwhelmed or so burdened, and everybody's just dumping more and more on you. So what can you let go of? What can you get off your plate?
And then Valerie would like a career card, please.
Oh, this is a fantastic one. So 7 of Pentacles, which is you are at a point in your career where you've, in essence, tended to the garden, you've gotten yourself on track, and now you can step back and you can reflect and look and see what changes. So you're going to be in this mindset of, do I stay? Do I go? Do I promote? Do I work harder? You're in this contemplation right now, which is what you're supposed to be doing. That's what that card means.
And then Doreen, card on Eric versus Jack.
Ooh, okay. This is how we're going to do this. Eric, Jack. So this is Eric. Eric is healing, therapeutic. This is the healing angel. This is Temperance, which is representative of the archangel and balancing this back and forth and creating that balance. So it's very therapeutic. And on Jack, we've got, you are trying to break free. Like essentially you're trying to get out. You've left your home that's up above on the hillside and you've only gotten so far and you're blindfolded and bound and you can't seem to break free out of this as much as maybe you think you may need to or should. So the comparison, Eric, Jack.
Jeanette would like a love card, please.
Jeanette, let's see. Oh, boundaries. 7 of Wands, you've got boundaries. So it is time for you to put up some boundaries and love so you're not getting walked on. This is a strong card.
Ashley would like a love card, please.
Okay, Ashley. Ooh, this is one of those really good ones. You've got the 2 of Cups, which is one of those top 3 cards I was talking about with love. And I always give the names of these in case you want to Google them and look up even more of the meaning. So you have the 2 of Cups. It's a divine union coming together. That's a really good card.
Lena, love card, please.
8 of Cups. You got the 8 of Cups and it was drawn in a reverse position. And I was trying to interpret it. It basically means you need to head for higher ground, but it was reversed. And so what I'm getting an impression of, I was trying to see if you were contemplating leaving or if you've tried and now you're feeling like you're kind of being drawn back. So the message in this card is it's time for you to go to head to higher ground, but it's hard. You're stuck. It's time to get unstuck, Lena.
Andrea sounds like she's manifesting a happy future. So a happy future card for her.
Okay, let's see how this works. Okay, well, you've got, this was pulled upright. I'm sorry, I turned it when I pulled it, but you got the Empress, which the Empress is a very happy card. It's motherly, often denotes possible fertility or that you're a mother nurturing, but you're a queen sitting on your throne. So it doesn't get much happier than that.
Elaine asked for a love card, please.
Okay, so Elaine, in an upright position, you got the Two of Swords, which would mean you're not seeing something. But this was reversed, which means you are seeing this, it's reality, and you've got a choice to make. So I don't think that I would describe your relationship as smooth sailing. I would describe it as, do you want to hang in there? Do you need to talk things out? It's time to really address what you're seeing, what doesn't work for you, and get out from this position of feeling just very guarded, or like, what am I missing in this relationship? What am I not seeing? Well, you've seen it, or you're starting to see it, and you might not like what you see, but you need to keep allowing yourself to see this, to realize what your reality is and how you want to navigate this.
Cindy said, love or financial card, please.
Hey, Cindy. So this was what was drawn for love, which is the cups, the Ace of Cups, which is abundance, overflowing love. That's a very positive card for love. And for finances, it's you're on top, like you're getting on top. Let me see if I get anything else. This is the Six of Wands, so you can look this up. But the message that I'm getting more is there a promotion? You're above the crowd and everybody's cheering you on, saying yay. So either promotion that's been in the recent past, or some growth opportunities for you. But based on this card and my impression, what I'm feeling, it's definitely getting better. And I don't feel like this is something where you've got to buckle down and watch your spending. You get to celebrate a little bit. Maybe it's time for a new purchase.
Sounds like some good times for you, Cindy.
Yeah.
Eric would like a card, please.
Oh, this is a good one. Good. 10 of Cups, happily ever after. You've got it all. You've got love, you've got partnership, you've got children, the house in the back, sunshine, rainbows. This is like what everybody dreams of when they want love and family. So you got a great card.
That is my favorite card, all-time favorite card out of all of the tarot cards. It just means like just perfect happiness to me.
Yeah, and one of the little tips too with clients is, especially in these lives or where you have the visual of the card, it might not be the exact same deck. This is the illuminated tarot that was hand painted from an artist in New York. So you probably won't find this exact imagery, but a lot of people, once we've had a reading, or if people specifically want tarot, and if I tell you it's the 10 of Cups, you can set your cell phone screensaver with the 10 of Cups, or whatever your intention is and what you're trying to manifest. So every time you open your phone, you see that, and you're re-examining the reading, you're reflecting on what was discussed, and you're manifesting this because you're putting power to it. And the more and more you see it, it's just a little affirmation. And because we all are buried in our cell phones hundreds of times a day, we open that screen. That's a really good way of bringing that energy into your life and reinforcing what your focus is.
That's what mine is. I have the 10 of Cups. I have the 10 of Cups as my background on my phone.
Yay!
Whenever you started saying that, I was like, ooh, she's reading my mind. Okay, so we have 1 minute left. So I'm going to pick one last before I get on to saying goodbye and everything. So,
Okay, make it a good one.
Rashawn, you're the lucky winner of our last card pull, and he would like a career card, please.
Okay. The career card is the Six of Pentacles, which is money coming in and money going out. It's a balance. It's a give and take. So if you are blessed, if you've just come into a lump sum of money to keep that energy going, to keep that positivity flowing, maybe it's time to donate to charity or somebody in need, or give a little to keep that energy coming in and more money flowing. So if you're experiencing that abundance, share a little bit of it. I'm not sure if I said 6 of Pentacles, but that is the 6 of Pentacles or coins.
Perfect. Well, I really appreciate you being here, Marin. Thank you so much. We always love having you here at California Psychics on our live stream. And I want to thank everyone for watching. We had Shelly and So Salty and Abigail and Josephine and this Island Girl over on YouTube. And on Facebook, we have Stephanie and Kimberly and they're moving faster on that one, Monica and Tyann. So thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it. If you didn't get your question answered today, go ahead and try to get a reading with Marin. Marin, when is your hours coming up?
I will be on this evening. I'll be back on in just a couple hours. So if you didn't get your question answered or you want me to elaborate a little bit more, give me a call tonight. And I will be on a lot this week for Valentine's issues and questions. But thank you all. I really appreciate everybody watching. And this is a lot of fun for me. So thank you.
And don't forget, new customers, use the promo code LIVE5 when you check out. You'll get $5 added to your account. And all of our loyal customers that have been here before, check your emails. We have promos coming out, especially around Valentine's Day, so be on the lookout. Bye, everyone. See you next week at our Tarot Live, and the week after that, again with Marin, right here at 5 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Pacific.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.